Hello everyone, this is Shrimita Roy from IndianFolk, and in the next 3 minutes I'm gonna take you through what is exactly happening between Australian government, Facebook and Google. In recent years, the Australian media companies have been facing huge hits in income streams due to decreasing subscriptions and advertisement. Almost one-third of every $100 that is being spent on online advertising goes to Facebook and Google. While the Australian media companies have been battling over right to news contents through various other legislations, the Australia's government looming law or legislation of Media Bargaining Code is being closely watched by the world. The Media Bargaining Code is being designed by the Australian government and the competition regulator ACCC to address the power imbalance between the local publishers and the online giants like Google and Facebook, who already occupy a good amount or good power in the multi-billion-dollar ad market. This legislation increases the bargaining power of the Australian media businesses over payment to Google and Facebook for inclusion of the Australian source news on their services. In other words, it ensures that Facebook and Google will be paying or sharing the revenue or benefit that they enjoy from the Australian source news contents to the news media companies of the Australia who create those news. The law requires Facebook and Google to negotiate payment with various news media companies in Australia individually or collectively. Google has already struck deal with various media companies in Australia and thus ensuring its services to continue to be provided in Australia. Meanwhile, it is in the air that Facebook has banned Australian users from sharing and viewing news contents after disagreement with the Australian government over paying to their media companies for inclusion of the contents that they create. On this note, the Communication Minister, Paul Fletcher, has said that they have no intentions of withdrawing the legislation. On this note, the Communication Minister, Paul Fletcher, has said that the Australian government has no intention of withdrawing the legislation. Also, Federal Treasurer Mr. Josh Frydenberg has confirmed that he had a constructive discussion with the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, on Friday morning, 18 February, where the multimillionaire has raised the leftover issues with the legislation, and they have agreed to continue their conversation so that they can find out a path to settle the thing. And the proposed legislation has reached a crunch point with widespread support in the parliament, and this legislation is expected to be voted into law within few days. So I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for viewing this video.